All right. Good morning, all. Chief Prepper here. Looking a little aware for the worst today. I got back from hunting yesterday. We only hunted in the morning, and I drove up to Killeen Monday night. Got there around 10 something. Me and my buddy bullshitted till about 12:15. Went to bed at 12:30. Got up at 5. Left the house yesterday, his house, about 7:30. Got to the woods at 8:45. Basically, put our gear on, grab our guns, and lock up the vehicles and go into the woods. Now, this was a small area. It was only 17 acres. But they got hogs there, big hogs, like 400-pounder plus. I only saw one. But this is a reason that you need to get out and exercise. It's no secret that I ain't no lean, mean fighting machine no more. And I got out there and we went into the woods, call it 9:10. By 10:15, I was physically smoked, exhausted, sweating. I was low on water, and I was lost in the woods. So about 10:30, I checked my phone because that was the only we didn't bring radios. We were like, it's only 17 acres. We don't need radios. And my buddy went into the woods, kind of center of the property. I went in on the left side. Somehow we crossed paths and never heard each other. He got lost, and like 10:30, I checked the phone. He's like, "Hey, I'm lost in the woods. I'm heading back." All right, so I'm like, "Okay, me too." I found a wallowing pit where they were laying in the mud. Big pigs. Never saw them. I saw one on my way to that area, but we're talking about brush, 6 feet high. Not so thick you can't see through, but it's got sticker vines and stinging nettles, and got a creek that runs through the property, 2 or 3 creeks that run through the property, and you got creek walls that are 20-30 feet high. So I was in the creek for a little bit, and then I came up out of it, and then I tried to stay on high ground thinking I might get a shot at one down in the creek like Rambo with a spear, but me with a gun. I saw one that was either asleep and jumped up and ran away from me, or it was coming over the ridge from one creek to another. But I had like 2 seconds to get the gun up and shoot, and I'm not that fast, especially with a long gun. So it was a good big pig. It was like 300 pounds. But I have video from the landowner that my buddy sent me. Her words are, that's not one of the big ones. And the pig that's in the video is at least 350 pounds. It is a big pig. So we're planning on going back at some point, but we're not going to go back into the woods. We're going to kind of sit and wait and see if they come out in the open, because they see them out during the day. Apparently there's a big pond across from the house, so we may go back, but we're going to have to do some work, as in we're going to have to cut some trails so we can walk around without, like, I was on my hands and knees. I actually, after I found the first wallowing pit, I was so tired and exhausted, I laid down in the woods for a little while, and I'm praying to God I don't have chiggers. So I already got some itchy spots on me, and I'm like, be a bleach bath. So, by the way, if you ever come to Texas and you get chiggers, you gotta take a bath every day with bleach for about a week, and then that'll cure them. Or if you can get into a swimming pool will kill the chlorine bleach will kill the chiggers. They start out as 1 or 2 little red bumps that itch like fucking crazy, worse than chicken pox, and before you know it, in a week they'll be up to your groin area if you start down at your ankles. So, they are awful. No secret, I'm not a lean, mean fight machine, but I know how to hunt. This particular hunt I was not prepared for, and I got lost in the woods. Like I said, I laid down because I was so tired in the woods for a little while. before that, I had sat down for a little while, and then, you know, I was lost, literally lost. You know, I could see things, but I had no idea where the road was. So I found what's called a tractor trail, where someone was taking a tractor into the woods. Followed it, and then I found the power line. Then I followed the power line, and I found a road. And then I was exhausted when I found the road, and I didn't know which way to go. I also didn't pay attention to where the power line was in relation to the property. So initially I went up the hill, then I went down the road, and then I went back up the road all the way, found a house. I'm like, okay, I'm going the wrong way. Then I went back, you know, I'm stopping every 20 yards. I'm drinking water. I almost got overheated, you know, and I was praying that I was going to go far enough and see what I wound up seeing. And when I did that, I sat down, leaned up against a post for about 20 minutes. My buddy noticed me. He came over and got my gun and carried my long gun, carried it back to the car, and then, or the truck, and then I made it back to the truck. Then I sat there for 45 minutes, sucking down Gatorade and alkaline tablets, and then we went to Belton. This is in Waco. I went to Belton. I fell asleep driving a couple times. Almost had a wreck. So, yeah, it was a very enlightening trip, and it was a fun hunt. But I'm not in shape for that kind of hunting anymore. So I'm gonna have to work on that a whole bunch. It's not a bad thing to work on anyway. But many creators encourage y'all to get into the woods. I would say this: if you do that, you need to go into the woods with someone that has experience. Because I have experience, and this was close to being a dangerous trip, like really dangerous. Because he got lost, and he came out of the woods on the other side of the property, found we call it a quad trail or goat trail. It's basically something somebody takes a golf cart or something down. And he found the house, and then he followed it back to the road, and then he made it back. And then, like I said, I found a tractor trail and stickers. The stinging nettles are 6 feet tall. So I also didn't have on good clothing because I had on my anti-bug shirt that's probably all tore up. I have to check it. If it is, I'll sew it shut and continue using it. But I'm telling you, we got the wrong clothes for this. We need brush shirts. You know, in Texas they make, in cowboy wear, they make what's called a brush shirt. So basically, when you go through sticker bushes and shit like that, it doesn't stick you. So, you know, my hands are cut up. His hand is cut up real bad. I got a big scratch on my neck from trying to go through brush that's, you know, basically a head high. You know, trying to be a bull in a china closet. Sometimes the bush won a couple times. So I had a knife out trying to cut some shit, couldn't cut it. So yeah, if you go into the woods and you're not experienced, make sure you take plenty of water, and preferably before you do that shit, go into the woods with someone who knows what the fuck they're doing. So I mean, and then pay attention when you're going to wherever you're going, where the power lines are. You know, the power lines are on the right side of the road, and you find the power lines, keep them on your left and follow them, and they'll eventually lead you back. If you don't remember crossing a road, you find a road, go one direction or the other direction. Eventually you'll find something. You know, so if you're in deep woods, then, well, good luck. And then be wary of critters, snakes in Texas, spiders, scorpions, you know, wild hogs. You know, a big 400-pound hog will get you down and eat your ass. So, we are going back at some point, but I told them I'm not doing it anymore in the heat. I can't take the heat. So I'm still recovering from yesterday. When I got back to his house, I changed. I sweated through my underwear, my pants, my socks, my t-shirt, my outer shirt. Sucked down like 5 Gatorades and 2 sodas at Whataburger, and then, you know, still didn't need to pee. So I was dehydrated. So it was almost turned into a really bad thing. So it's best to hunt where you know the land, but if you go into somewhere new, you're not going to know it. So you're gonna need to know how to navigate in the woods, with or without a compass. So, anyway, thought I'd give you an update. I don't have any stills because we didn't get any pigs. You know, information is knowledge and power. Live a little, prep a lot. Chief Prepper out.